Hey Mama, welcome to the podcast. I probably should be doing my husband's paperwork. I do some of his paperwork for his small business, but my older kids are all happily playing together outside and my baby was asleep. So I was like, maybe I can get to a motherhood episode and do a podcast instead of paperwork. So that's what I'm doing today, is a podcast. And I've actually had something on my mind that I wanted to share with you. And so, I am using this opportunity to put out a motherhood podcast. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, fellow mom of 5 and host of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find the positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Let's find positivity during our pregnancies and in our motherhood together. Thanks for joining. I want to talk about how a toothbrush has kind of changed my perspective. And you will be surprised at what I mean by using a toothbrush and the use of the toothbrush. My husband the other day just started using a toothbrush, an old toothbrush, to get on our kitchen floor. Now, in the corners of the kitchen floor and on the edges, kind of underneath where the cupboards hang over, there's a little area underneath there that often gets just kind of gross and dirty. And as soon as he started going through the baseboard area and underneath the cupboards with a toothbrush, I realized how much grime was under there. Now, we have swept and mopped under there many, many times. But it took him getting down there with some good old elbow grease and a little toothbrush with just some all-purpose cleaner, and to find out how much grime was on those edges. I was a little bit grossed out by how much there was, but I also was grateful for how beautiful it looked when it was clean. Now, this is what I would call really deep cleaning. We've lived in this house that we are renting for like 6 years now, 5 years, one of the two, somewhere in there. And I have never cleaned really any part of this house with a toothbrush like that. And as I seen his progress, I was kind of inspired, like, oh my heck, that makes a big difference. I want to start toothbrush cleaning the tile, like behind my kitchen sink and the tile behind the kitchen stove, and just really get into the cracks, some deep cleaning that I haven't done before. And same with all the baseboards in the bathrooms and the floor areas that have just got grimy over time. And maybe they were like that when we moved here and we've just added to it. I don't even know. But I have just taken a toothbrush little by little and really deep cleaned some areas of my house, namely the floors. And it has, it's given me energy, surprisingly, to want to even deep clean more. I actually have a pretty good size list going now, but my house has felt new. Sometimes when you've lived in a place for a while, you just need a change or you want to change. And if you're renting, sometimes you can't really change the things you'd want to change. Maybe you'd want to change the yard or the paint color. But if you're renting, you can't do that. Or maybe you just don't feel like you have the money, or you don't have the money to make changes. An easy change that you can do that takes an old toothbrush is clean. I am surprised at what a difference it made to do this, to use that toothbrush, especially in my bathroom. Apparently, my bathroom was pretty gross. And as I scrubbed all the edges, tiles, and corners with a toothbrush and some all-purpose spray and just wetting it and then drying it really good, making it look good again with getting that grime even out of the corners. You can use toothpicks or Q-tips for the corners if the toothbrush isn't getting in there. It makes a difference. I was surprised at the difference that feels and how it refreshed my room, and it brought change. It brought change to deep clean, and it was so satisfying to know what it looked like before and then to see it after. Now, if you're like me, you're like, oh yeah, that sounds dreamy to do, but when am I going to get to that? And I kind of felt the same way. When am I going to get to that? I have kids to run everywhere this summer. Things are just busy with reunions and playing outside, doing outside work. Do it little by little. That's what I did. I started having mental goals of the little goals I was going to do every day. It was like, we're going to do this wall today. I am going to do the tile behind the bathtub today. And then the next day I would do the tile behind my bathroom sink. And it was so short and so doable that I could even almost do it in the time frame of putting on my makeup. I just added a little bit of time to putting on my makeup, but it was enough that it started making a difference in how clean the things looked and how clean the bathroom looked. I got behind the toilet and I scrubbed behind the toilet, the areas that you just can't really reach with a mop or a broom, and you just mostly ignore them. But this time I did it, and cleaning those little areas every now and then with a deep clean like that, wow, it makes a difference. And it can make a difference for you in your house if you need a refresh or a change or just kind of feel monotony. Do a little bit of deep cleaning and you will find that how much you like it and how refreshing it is to make that progress. So anyways, all it takes is a toothbrush. They're pretty cheap. You can even buy yourself a new toothbrush and use your old toothbrushes. Do keep in mind that you may need a couple. I ended up going through probably 3 toothbrushes that I ruined in grime and grossness. I mean, I probably could have rinsed and used them again, but some of them got pretty hammered and gross. So I did throw those ones away, but I also do keep our old toothbrushes for cleaning. But I've never really used them for cleaning. I've just had them stored. So here we are. Anyway, use your old toothbrushes. It'll brighten your life. It'll brighten your home. And you will feel like you have a clean space. It is refreshing. Little things like these do make a difference. I know it doesn't sound like the funnest thing to do, but plug in a good book. You can rent audiobooks for free on Libby. Or YouTube has a plethora of things you can listen to. Podcasts. Choose something uplifting and enjoy motherhood and enjoy cleaning and especially enjoy the results that it brings, because it does. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts and becoming the mother that you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. Thanks for joining. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward in your motherhood. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.